Hello, beautiful ladies, and welcome back to Elegant Style. I am truly happy you are here today. This channel is created for women over 40, 50, and 60 who want to feel confident, elegant, and comfortable in their own skin. Here we talk about timeless style, real bodies, and simple changes that make a powerful difference. So before we begin, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with me until the end, because today we are addressing something very personal and very important. Let me say this clearly. You are not overweight. Your clothes might be, and this is something many women have never been told. Instead, they blame their bodies. They blame age. They blame weight. But very often, the real problem is clothing that works against them. Many women stand in front of the mirror feeling frustrated. They pull at their tops. They adjust their trousers. They turn side to side, and they think something is wrong with their body. But what if nothing is wrong? What if the clothes are creating the problem? After 40, our bodies change naturally. Our shape evolves. Our posture shifts slightly, and our needs become different. But many women keep wearing the same clothing shapes they wore years ago. Or they move to overly loose clothing thinking it will hide things. Both of these choices can make the body look larger than it actually is. Clothes have power. They create lines. They guide the eye. They either create balance or remove it. When clothes are too tight, they pull and emphasize. When clothes are too loose, they add volume. Neither extreme is flattering. The goal is balance. This is why two women with the same body can look completely different in the same room. One looks confident and polished. The other looks uncomfortable and heavy. The difference is not weight. It is proportion, fit. In this video, we are going to talk honestly about the clothing mistakes that make women look bigger than they are. We will talk about tops, trousers, fabrics, and proportions. We will talk about why certain shapes add visual weight. And we will talk about how to fix it. Without dieting, without hiding, and without changing your body. This is not about dressing smaller. It is about dressing smarter. When clothing supports your natural shape, your body looks lighter, more balanced, and more confident. You stop fighting your clothes, and you start working with them. If you have ever felt that your clothes make you look heavier than you feel inside, this video is for you. Because once you understand how clothing creates volume, you will never see your wardrobe the same way again. Simple adjustments can change everything. In the next part, we will start with the most common mistake women make when they want to hide their body. It feels safe. It feels comfortable. But it actually adds more volume than any other choice. And once you see it, you will finally understand why some outfits never work. Wearing overly loose, oversized clothing. This choice feels safe. It feels comfortable. It removes the natural lines of the body, and it hides the waist, shoulders, and structure that actually create balance. Instead of slimming the body, oversized clothes often create a boxy shape, but the eye needs shape. This is why oversized tops, long tunics, and shapeless dresses can make even slim women look heavier. This imbalance makes the body look wider and shorter. Even when paired with good trousers or jeans, the proportions feel off. Another issue is fabric combined with looseness. Loose clothing in soft, thin fabrics collapses on the body. It clings in some places and balloons in others. Loose clothing in very stiff fabrics adds bulk and harshness. Both extremes exaggerate size instead of smoothing it. Sleeves are also affected. Loose, wide sleeves add width to the upper body. They make the shoulders look sloped, and they draw attention away from the face. This creates a heavy top half, even when the rest of the outfit is simple. So what works better? Clothing that skims the body, not tight, not loose. Skimming follows the natural shape without squeezing or hiding it. It allows the eye to move smoothly from shoulder to waist to hip. This creates balance and calm. Showing where the waist is does not mean wearing tight clothing. A gentle taper, a slight shape, or a soft belt can create definition without discomfort. When the waist is visible, the body immediately looks more proportional. structure is your friend. Even light structure can transform an outfit. A shoulder seam in the right place, a neckline that opens the chest, a hem that hits at the right length. These small details make a big difference. Think of clothing as architecture. Too much fabric collapses. Too little fabric pulls. The right amount supports. When clothes support the body looks lighter. If you want to test this at home, try on an oversized top. Then try on a top that skims your body and hits at the hip. Look at the difference in the mirror. Hiding the body often creates the opposite result. Clothing should work with your shape, not against it. Once you understand this principle, getting dressed becomes much easier. In the next part, we will talk about another common mistake: wearing clothes that are too tight, because tightness creates its own kind of volume. And this mistake is just as damaging as wearing clothes that are too loose. Now let us talk about the opposite mistake: wearing clothes that are too tight. Many women think that tighter clothing will automatically make them look slimmer. But after 40, this is rarely true. In fact, tight clothing often highlights the very areas women want to soften. When clothes are too tight, they pull across the body. They create tension lines. They emphasize every curve, fold, and movement. Instead of creating a smooth silhouette, the eye catches on tight areas and assumes volume. Tight tops are especially problematic. They cling to the stomach, chest, and back. They show every line, and they often ride up or shift throughout the day. This constant adjustment draws attention and makes outfits feel uncomfortable and unpolished. Another issue with tight clothing is how it affects posture. When fabric pulls, the body responds by holding tension. Shoulders roll forward, the chest closes, and the body looks less relaxed. Even confident women can appear uncomfortable when clothes are too tight. Fabric choice makes this mistake worse. Thin, stretchy fabrics, combined with tight cuts, exaggerate every detail. They cling in ways that are not forgiving. Very thick fabrics worn tight add bulk instead of smoothing. Both extremes work against a refined appearance. Tight sleeves also contribute to the problem. Sleeves that grip the upper arm draw attention to the widest part. They cut the arm visually, and they make the upper body look heavier. This is especially noticeable when the sleeve ends at the wrong point. So what works better? Clothing that fits close to the body without gripping it. This means there is space between the fabric and the skin. The fabric moves when you move, and the silhouette remains smooth. This creates calm instead of tension. Think of clothing as framing, not squeezing. The goal is to suggest shape, not force it. When fabric skims the body, the eye follows the line naturally. This makes the body appear lighter and more balanced. One of the best tests is sitting down. If a top pulls tight or feels restrictive when you sit, clothes should allow movement without strain. Comfort and elegance are connected. When you feel comfortable, you look more confident. Tailoring can make a big difference. Instead of sizing down, choose the correct size and adjust small areas if needed. A slight adjustment at the waist or sleeve can transform how a garment looks. This is far more effective than buying smaller sizes. Remember this: tight clothing does not hide anything. It reveals everything. After 40, the most flattering outfits are not tight. They are intentional. In the next part, we will talk about proportion mistakes, because even well-fitting clothes can make you look bigger when proportions are off. And this is one of the most overlooked style principles. Now let us talk about proportion, because even well-fitting clothes can make you look bigger when proportions are wrong. This is one of the most misunderstood style principles. Many women choose good pieces, but combine them in ways that add visual weight. One common proportion mistake is pairing long tops with wide bottoms. Long tunics with wide leg trousers or loose tops with flowing skirts remove balance. They create a block of fabric from shoulder to knee. When the eye sees one large shape, it assumes volume. Another mistake is wearing the same level of looseness on top and bottom. Loose top with loose trousers. Oversized sweater with wide jeans. This removes contrast. Without contrast, there is no shape. and without shape, the body looks larger than it is. Length matters more than most women realize. Tops that hit at the widest part of the hip draw attention there. Trousers that stop at the wrong point on the ankle cut the leg line. Skirts that fall mid-calf without structure can shorten the body. Each of these small choices adds up. Proportion also includes vertical balance. When the top is very long and the bottom is short, the torso looks heavy. When the top is very short and the bottom is long, the body looks compressed. The goal is harmony, not extremes. So what works better? Create contrast. If the top is soft and relaxed, keep the bottom more structured. If the trousers are wide, choose a more defined top. If the skirt is flowing, keep the top lighter and closer to the body. This balance allows the eye to move smoothly. High-rise bottoms help tremendously. They raise the visual waistline, they lengthen the legs, and they reduce bulk through the middle. When paired with a top that hits at the hip, the body immediately looks taller and slimmer. Layering can help correct proportion mistakes. An open cardigan, blazer, or vest creates vertical lines. Vertical lines guide the eye up and down instead of side to side. This is one of the easiest ways to reduce visual width. Color also affects proportion. Dressing in one color family from top to bottom creates a continuous line. This elongates the body. Breaking the outfit into too many contrasting blocks shortens and widens the silhouette. Pay attention to mirrors and photos. Photos often reveal proportion issues that mirrors hide. Look at where your outfit cuts your body. Ask yourself where the eye stops. Then adjust one element at a time. Good proportion makes clothing feel effortless. You stop pulling and adjusting. You feel balanced. And that balance is what creates a lighter, more confident appearance. In the next part, we will talk about fabric, weight, because even good proportions can be ruined by the wrong fabric choices. And this final detail often decides whether an outfit feels polished or heavy. Now, let us talk about fabric, weight, and layering, because this is where many outfits quietly become heavier than they need to be. Even when the fit is good and the proportion is right, the wrong fabric choice can add unnecessary bulk. This is especially true after 40, when softness and balance matter more than stiffness. One of the most common mistakes is wearing fabrics that are too heavy for the body. Thick knits, heavy jerseys, dense synthetics, and bulky weaves add volume simply by existing. They sit on the body instead of moving with it. This creates a stiff silhouette that feels weighted down. Heavy fabrics also change how light interacts with the body. They absorb light instead of reflecting it. This makes the outfit look dense and solid. The eye reads this density as size. Even when the garment is not tight, the visual weight is still there. On the other extreme, very thin, flimsy fabrics can also create problems. They cling in the wrong places. They collapse on the body, and they reveal every movement. Instead of smoothing the silhouette, they exaggerate it. Both extremes work against a lighter appearance. Layering mistakes add to this issue. Many women layer heavy on heavy. A thick top under a heavy cardigan under a bulky coat. Each layer adds volume. Without intention, layering can make the body look wrapped instead of dressed. Another layering mistake is wearing layers that all end at the same length. When hems line up at the same point, the eye stops there. This creates a horizontal block, and horizontal blocks add width. Staggered layers create movement and lightness. So what works better? Choose medium-weight fabrics that hold their shape but still move. Fabrics that drape instead of sit stiffly. They follow the body gently and create smoother lines. These fabrics feel comfortable without looking heavy. Layering should feel strategic. Use lighter layers closer to the body. Use structure in outer layers. An open layer creates vertical lines. Vertical lines guide the eye up and down instead of side to side. This immediately reduces visual width. Mixing textures can also help. A soft knit with a smooth woven fabric. A matte top with a slightly structured outer layer. Contrast in texture adds interest without adding bulk. It keeps the outfit visually light. Pay attention to where layers end. Shorter inner layers with slightly longer outer layers often look more balanced. Avoid stacking multiple long, heavy pieces together. Lightness comes from variation, not repetition. When you choose fabrics and layers thoughtfully, your clothes start working for you. They support your shape instead of hiding it. They allow movement instead of restricting it. And they create a calm, polished appearance. In the next and final part, we will bring everything together. Because once you understand fit, proportion, fabric, and layering, dressing becomes simple. Now let us bring everything together. Because once you understand how clothing creates visual weight, everything changes. You stop blaming your body. You stop feeling frustrated. And you start making choices that support you instead of working against you. Remember this clearly. You are not overweight. Your clothes might be. When clothing is too loose, it adds volume. When it is too tight, it creates tension. When proportions are off, the body looks heavier. And when fabric and layering are not chosen carefully, even good outfits lose balance. The solution is not hiding. It is clarity. Clothes that skim the body. Fabrics that move instead of sit stiffly. Proportions that create contrast. And layers that guide the eye vertically. These are the tools that make outfits feel lighter and more refined. Dressing well after 40 is not about rules. It is about awareness. Once you see how clothing shapes perception, you gain control. You start choosing with intention. And that intention shows in your posture, your movement, and your confidence. Small changes truly make a big difference. Shortening a top slightly. Choosing a softer fabric. Balancing a loose piece with a structured one. These adjustments do not require a new wardrobe. They require a new perspective. If you have ever felt that your clothes make you look bigger than you are, I want you to remember this moment. It was never about your body. It was about how the clothes were working. And now you know how to make them work for you. Take a moment after this video to look at your favorite outfits. Ask yourself how the fabric feels, where the eye travels, and whether the clothes support your natural shape. Trust what you see and feel. Your reflection will guide you. If this video helped you see your style differently, please like this video and subscribe to Elegant Style. This channel is here to help women over 40, 50, and 60 feel confident, elegant, and comfortable every day, without trends, without pressure, just clear guidance. I would love to hear from you. What is one clothing habit you are ready to change? And which piece in your wardrobe feels lighter already? Leave a comment below and join the conversation. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I will see you in the next video.